What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we're going to be continuing the trading every player rebuilds. Today, we got the Boston Celtics. At the time I'm recording this, the Celtics currently have the best record in the NBA at 11-3. They're without a doubt one of the most talented teams, and there's obviously no reason to trade every player on their team. But I wanted to inflict a little bit of pain on myself today, so I decided to rebuild my favorite team, and none of my favorite players are going to be on it. So this is going to be a painful one today, but I'm excited for it. And obviously by this point now, I'm sure 99% of you guys know how these videos work, but if you do not, let me explain it to you real quick. It's basically as simple as it sounds. Trading every player. So I have to trade Tatum, Brown, Horford, Smart, all of these guys, and at no point in time will they be allowed back on this roster in any way, shape, or form. So this is obviously a really fun series to do. All these teams get changed up completely. We make some unbelievable talented teams, and I'm really excited for this one today. Of course, let me know what other teams you want me to do this with, along with any other rebuild challenges or some historic rebuilds down below in the comment section. But without further ado, man, let's see if we can get the Celtics banner 18. So before we do get into this video, I know I've asked you guys quite a few times now, which way do you prefer? Do you prefer it when I choose none of the trades, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it may be, or do I choose all of them? So what I did, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is you went ahead and you voted on the community poll in my community tab. And the results are officially out. The poll is officially ended, and I consider myself a man of the people, so I'm going to do what the people want. Here are the final results. In first place is choose them all at 46%. Now, that's obviously the way we're going to be going about it. Now, that does not make it the hardest by any means necessary, but it's what you guys want to see, so it's the way we're going to do it. So I'm going to be choosing all these trades manually. Of course, I'm still not going to allow myself to make any trades after I trade every single player on this team, at least in year one, but I understand where you guys are coming from. We can definitely build some really fun teams that way. I do think it adds an element of a challenge when I don't get to choose them, but hey, we're going with what you guys want. All right, let's get into these moves right now. Obviously, one of the most talented rosters in the league, my favorite team. It is not going to be fun to do this, but let me just start out. Let me just take the bullet immediately. Mr. Jayson Tatum, who there's probably 3 or 4 players in the world that I would trade this man for, and you might have to convince me of those guys themselves. All right, I'm not loving any of these so far, and I think we just found the one we're probably going to be taking because Zion Williamson, out of all these players here, is the only one that's going to progress near to the level that Jayson Tatum is currently at. So this is going to hurt. It's a swift kick in the balls, but Zion Williamson, welcome to the Boston Celtics. Next trade we're going to be doing is going to be coming with the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's a huge needle, the fact that I'm trading Jaylen Brown over to the Celtics rival, basically, in the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, it's not really a rivalry if one team never wins. So, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart going to Philly, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris coming back here. I thought Tyrese Maxey is a guy who progresses really well. He's still on a rookie contract. It made sense for him. We're definitely going to save some money. So, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, welcome to Boston. We're definitely not done making trades. I think Robert Williams, I'm going to try to combine him with Brogdon here. See if we can go out and maybe get a really serviceable small forward, I did go ahead and I saw Chris Middleton there. I'm very interested in Jared Allen. That honestly might be my guy I go with. Let's see what other options we have. Yes, we also do need to find ourselves a center. So that also could be an option. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and get Jared Allen. Not a guy I trade for a lot from the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're also going to pick up Karis LeVert. That is another trade in the book. So we have our new center. We obviously have our power forward. We have our point guard. And then I'll probably move McCollum to the shooting guard spot. And we can start Tobias Harris at the 3 if we want to. All right, we'll do Al Horford next, who's actually, probably not too... I'm having a stroke. I'm actually not too mad he's getting moved. I love Big Al, but unfortunately, again, with his age, he's just going to regress. And, there probably really wasn't a real reason to keep him here, even if this was a normal rebuild. In real life, I'm 100% keeping him, but not here today. Let's see if we can maybe maximize him here for a couple bench pieces. I don't know necessarily what those options would be. Maybe a guy like Ben Simmons off the bench, but those numbers would just look even worse, as a 6th, 7th man, whatever it may end up being. Klay Thompson from the Warriors. The fact that I can get Chris Middleton's ridiculous. Like, I might just have to almost take it. You know what? Yeah. I can't just pass up on a talent like Chris Middleton when, I have Tobias Harris, but Chris Middleton's a much more talented player, in my opinion. Grant Williams, Derek White going to be the next 2 players that are going to be moved here. I think about backups right now. Obviously, I'm thinking of some backup guards potentially, and then maybe some backup big men. Let's just look and see the options here we do have. I don't want to give up any draft picks. That's definitely not something I want to do. Mitchell Robinson could be an interesting piece. Do I have a backup center right now? I do not believe I do. No, I do not. So let's take Mitchell Robinson. We'll also take Ryan Arcidiacono here. Welcome to the Celtics. And then the final moves here we're going to make would obviously be Pritchard, Justin Jackson, like guys like Sam Hauser, who's an absolute sniper from beyond the arc. And we got to find ourselves some new backup guards. So let's look for some options here. Gabe Vincent I saw from the Miami Heat. Ah, brother, these are not very enticing trades, if you will. Well, I'm not really finding myself any guards, but I guess we're probably going to have to take somebody here. I mean, maybe Raul Neto, who I would never trade for Peyton Pritchard in a million years. You know, that's the Celtics fan in me. Mason Plumlee. I'll just take Gabe Vincent. You know, it is what it is. We also get a first-round pick. I'm honestly fine by that. So let's just see the roster right now. I'm going to go ahead and move CJ to the shooting guard spot. Where he's going to be starting. It somehow goes down in overall, even though that's where he's been playing his whole career. Well, at least in Portland, I'm pretty sure he plays point guard now in New Orleans. But interesting nonetheless. We do need to find a backup shooting guard. Actually, I can probably just move Karis LeVert there. That's actually exactly what I'm going to do. Move him down to the shooting guard spot. He takes a hit in the overall department, but I can live with it. So we got to move Sam Hauser at this point. And then we got to move Noah Vonleh and Luke Cornett, and that's basically going to be it. So let's see if we can get some draft picks for these guys, because I'm fine going 9-man rotation with having a guy like Zion Williamson there, who is more than capable, of playing 35-plus minutes a night. Then we got to do Noah Vonleh and then Luke Cornett, and then we are basically going to be all set here for the start of year one. It's a nerve-wracking thing for me, but I'm actually excited to see how this team kind of meshes together and hopefully goes out and competes here in a very, very good Eastern Conference. So no first-round pick here for Luke Cornett, but some second-round picks. Fine by me. Let's go through this roster one more time. Just make sure. I see J.D. Davison is here. He was obviously a Celtics second-round pick last year. I'm honestly just going to release him to free agency. You can't trade two-way players, and it's fine. It is what it is. No Celtics. Actually, I think is he a Celtic? I'm not sure. He's not coming back anyways. He's not going to play. Let's set the rotation. It is officially now the start of year one here in Boston. We've traded this entire roster, and albeit this is a really talented team, and it's not one that I'm necessarily upset with. And it's one that I'm hoping can maybe honestly compete for a championship in year one. Here's how it's going to look. It's Tyrese Maxey, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Zion Williamson, and Jared Allen. Really good mix of some young pieces, some veterans in there. I like it a lot. Bench unit, we got a really good sixth man here in Tobias Harris. Really good seventh man here in Mitchell Robinson. Really excited about that. We have Karis LeVert as an eighth man. And then finally Gabe Vincent, who, is just chilling down here, but he is here. We are excited for year one. I'm hoping to be a top 3 seed. See you guys at the end of year one here in Boston. We ended up with a record of 56-26, which is really good. I'm assuming that's a top 3 spot here in the East, and obviously we have championship aspirations here in Boston in year one. Luka Doncic MVP. Some things never change. Mr. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Cole Anthony, Sixth Man of the Year. Bam Adebayo wins Defensive Player of the Year. Cade Cunningham takes home Most Improved, and Doc Rivers, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, who a lot of people want fired right now, is your coach of the year. Let's take a look at the standings. We end up as the 2 seed here. We're 3 games behind the 76ers. Honestly, I can take it, and I can live with it. So that's fine by me. Let's look at the numbers and see how we did in every single department. Zion led us in scoring, followed by CJ McCollum. Really solid first season here in Boston. Tyrese Maxey definitely still progressing, only at the age of 22. I'm not too worried about it. Chris Middleton, Jared Allen. Having 5 guys, 15-plus points a game, obviously awesome. Tobias Harris. Hell, we had 6 guys in double digits, almost 7. LeVert, Mitchell Robinson, and then Gabe Vincent. That was the entire rotation. Rebounds was Jared Allen, and assists were led by Chris Middleton. So, we got a dance here in round 1. It's going to be with the Miami Heat. Rematch last year's Western Conference Finals, albeit the Celtics look a whole lot different at this point. And, this Miami Heat team's good, albeit not having the best start to their year, but you know what? They're still a very talented team, and especially come playoff time, Jimmy Butler scares me a whole lot. We're going to Game 7, and we end up winning now, taking on the Chicago Bulls. Good team. They are a good team, and, they now have Lonzo back healthy. I don't play with injuries on, so he's technically been back the whole year. We're 1-1 with them here in round 1. We go up 2-1, up 3-1, and we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we got the Philadelphia 76ers, who this image right here, it causes me chest pain. It really does. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So, new big 3, they got Harden, Jaylen Brown, and Joel Embiid, and I forgot they have Marcus Smart coming off the bench. We do win Game 1. They take Game 2. We lose Game 3. We win Game 4. Down 3-2, going to Game 7, and we are in the NBA Finals, taking on Luka. Holy fuck. 46, 14, and 10 through 6 games in the Western Conference Finals against the Memphis Grizzlies. What the actual fuck? That's insane. So I don't like to describe the Dallas Mavericks as a one-man show. Because they're not. They definitely do have some talented players. Obviously you got Dinwiddie, you got Christian Wood. But Luka, it's just, he carries the shit out of this team. And honestly, I hate to say it, they might not, we're probably going to lose now being down 3-1, but out of all the teams we faced, they might not have as many talented players as the others. We end up losing in 5. The Luka Doncic effect in this game is real. I'm hoping the Zion effect can take place at some point in time for us. But you know what? Successful year one, in my opinion. Would have been fun to win a championship, but ultimately you trade your entire roster. You get to a finals in the first year. I can live with it. Let's get into the offseason right now. Obviously, we're now free to make any single trade we really wish, except for, of course, trading back for Celtics players, which I would love to do, but unfortunately cannot. We got Joe Mazzulla as the helm here, who just has dog shit ratings. Can we update this, please? The Celtics quite literally have the best offensive rating in NBA history through however many, like we're 15 games into the season. And Joe Mazzulla has these ratings? I get it. The entire temperature on the Celtics team has flipped from defense to offense, but like, come on. I love Joe Mazzulla. I can't put up with those ratings, though, when I have championship hopes. If he had his appropriate ratings, I think we would be having a different conversation right now. Let's head up to the NBA draft right now. And yeah, no draft picks this year. I believe the Indiana Pacers technically have our draft pick from the Malcolm Brogdon trade, which kind of sucks because, you know, we don't have Malcolm Brogdon, but it's fine. Tyrese Maxey coming back. Chris Middleton actually declines his $40 million player option. Javon Carter, who I didn't know was on this team, I'm assuming he was in the Chris Middleton trade with the Milwaukee Bucks, accepts his option. So Chris Middleton's my number one priority right now, along with Karis LeVert. I'd like to bring them both back. We will probably end up replacing Gabe Vincent. Two real offers here for Chris Middleton. 4 years, $138 million. How much is that? A year, 138 divided by 4. That is $34.5 million a year. So we got to pay Chris, and honestly, he's deserving of it. He's still, in my opinion, one of the more underrated talents in this league. And he's definitely worth the money. So we get him back. We get Karis LeVert back. Gabe Vincent can honestly probably go. I'm going to get an upgrade and replace him. Jabari Parker's not on the Celtics roster. I'm not sure where he came from. But welcome back, Chris Middleton. Welcome back, Karis LeVert. Excited to have you both back here. Let's take a look at the roster right now. It's a pretty good roster, and it's a roster that I can definitely work with. And honestly, one we're probably not going to make many changes to going into next year. I mean, we went to the finals. Really no reason to change what really isn't broken. So we're going to find ourselves a new backup point guard. A guy like Cameron Payne is more than serviceable enough to come off the bench here. Going into year two, I'll see you guys in the rotation. CJ McCollum is starting to regress, and it's really unfortunate, and I'd like to get a guy whose long-term, as I know, is not going to regress. And that guy would be Zach LaVine, who's obviously extremely talented, and he is a better player than CJ McCollum. So I know this trade isn't going through straight up. I would be an idiot to think it would. Bulls will give you back your first-round pick next year. Honestly, I know that the core of this team is now locked in. I'll give up 5 first-round draft picks just because I know there's not many other major moves that I'm going to have to make if I am able to acquire Zach LaVine, and I'm able to do it right there. So that's a new upgrade that we got at the starting shooting guard spot. Maybe could have looked to trade CJ last offseason where his trade value probably would have been a little bit higher. Maybe wouldn't have had to give up 5 draft picks, but nonetheless, I'm happy to have Zach LaVine here. Now let's go set this rotation. We went ahead and made a really big trade to kick off year 2. And now I'm really excited how this rotation is looking. We obviously have some really nice young players progressing. And we have some nice veterans on this team as well. I think this team should hopefully be a lock. Take another top 2 spot here in the East. Maybe make it back to a finals and win banner 18 this time. Here's how it's going to look. It's Tyrese Maxey, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Zion Williamson, and Jared Allen. Unbelievably talented starting 5. I mean, you have 5 all-stars in there, basically. Bench unit, Tobias Harris, Mitchell Robinson, Karis LeVert, and Cameron Payne. No other words really need to be said. This team should definitely be a top 2 seed and hopefully make it into the finals. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. We ended up going 70-12. That's obviously a really good regular season. I say it every video, though. I don't really care about the regular season record as I am hoping for a championship here in Boston. It's a second straight MVP for Luka Doncic. We're hoping he does not get a second straight finals MVP. Victor Wembanyama ends up winning Rookie of the Year. He went number 2 overall. I've been seeing a lot. Scoot Henderson ends up going number 1. Deshaun Highland, 6th Man of the Year. Robert Williams, Defensive Player of the Year. It hurts. It really hurts to see him in a different uniform. Tyler Hero wins Most Improved. Mike Stafford, Coach of the Year, as I mentioned, 70-22. Obviously going to take home that award. 18 games up on the 2-seed Atlanta Hawks here. I mean, just far and away best record in the league. Obviously, probably the betting favorites to go out and win a title as well. We almost had 3 guys 20-plus points per game. Would have been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this team is just so insanely talented. And obviously, hopefully on our way to a finals. Rematch of last year's round 1. Miami Heat again. They no longer have Kyle Lowry. They've inserted Peyton Pritchard into their starting lineup. Good to see a real talented point guard in there. I'm kidding. I just love Peyton Pritchard. Kyle Lowry deserves his respect, though. I shouldn't be clowning on him. Fred VanVleet. They added Klay Thompson in their team here in Toronto. It's a good shooter next to this group. I don't mind it, albeit Klay might be a little washed at this point in his time in his career. He's definitely still a really good shooter. We're up 3-0. They take game 4. We win in 5. 7-seeded Pacers. Thanks for coming, but like, what are you doing in here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to do this. This is gonna hurt me too much. Tatum's up to a 98 overall. God. I mean, I'm hopeful we're gonna win, But it's just, oh, okay, come on now. It's just, it hurts. It hurts to see Tatum in another uniform. Like, I don't want to be here if that day ever comes. I'm really hoping he's a lifelong Celtic. I mean, he's unbelievably gifted, and I hope they give him every single dollar they have because he deserves it. We're going to win a championship. I got a possession or two. Why not? Here in TD Garden in Game 7, I mean, are you trying to absolutely kill me right now? Just, I don't want to see Tatum at the stripe. And, yeah, I'm definitely happy we're winning a championship, but it definitely hurts that it has to be against this man who, far and away my favorite player in the league, far and away a top probably 5 talent at this point in time in the league. You can't really argue with me. He's quite literally the betting favorite for MVP right now. That's a foul. Thank you, though. Yeah, you know, you can have the conversation about Jayson Tatum being a top 5 player right now. I'm just going to say it. I mean, you quite literally can. I mean, you can maybe put him in that 6-7 range if you want, but he's definitely up there right now. He's going toe-to-toe with the best of the best, and ultimately, it's leading currently to the best record in the league. It's leading to an MVP candidacy, and you know what? It's getting up there where he needs his respect, and he needs it right now, and I will die on this hill because he truly does deserve it. Sexton slams it down. They cut it to, what is that, a 9-point game right now with 125 left to go. Let's just close him out. Give me a quick floppy. I don't even know who I want to shoot it. I mean, maybe Middleton. Probably Middleton. All right, you got to give a pick, Mitchell, if you're going to do this. All right, come on. What the fuck is this? Just give me a pick. Foul, thank you. I'll stop talking about Tatum right now. I'm sure a lot of you are sick of it, but my point stands. My point definitely does stand. So, what else? Oh, shit. What else can we talk about in a situation like this? What other rebuilds do you guys want to see? I hope you guys are enjoying my new schedule, the way we've kind of been doing with, 2 of these trading every player rebuilds a week. We do 2 historic rebuilds every week, and we're going to do 1 kind of challenge rebuild every week, if you will. So I need ideas for everything. I mean, of course, I have my own ideas, but I always love hearing from you guys and what you guys have to say and what you guys really do want to see. That's obviously my... Shit. I'm fucking this up right now. Dude. Okay, that was an auto timeout, but I'm not happy with myself right now. I'm like trying to talk like this game's over, and it's just not. So, you know what? Let's put the starters back out there. I'd like the starters to be on the court right now. Drink your goddamn Gatorade, and let's go out and win a championship here. Where's that? There's Zach LaVine. All right, Zach LaVine. Thank you. All right, we're going to try to kill as much clock as possible here, obviously, because we do not want to give the Pelicans a chance to really go out and have a ton of possessions here. So what I'm going to do is, okay, a little bit of on-ball D from Herbert Jones. Double, 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 double. Kick it out. Okay, Tobias Harris just go up to the rim. Gets, oh my God, Tobias Harris. Why is he in? Where's Chris Middleton? Oh, no. Oh God. Jayson Tatum masterclass. Jayson Tatum masterclass. Blocked by Jared Allen. Let's go. They're going to foul. I'll see you guys with the finals MVP. We want to beat the Pelicans in 7. As much as it hurt me not to see Jayson Tatum get a ring, I'm very happy we got one here with my Celtics. Mr. Zion Williamson. Look at that beautiful smile. Wins finals MVP. The Zion effect hurts a whole lot less when he's on your team. You love to see it. Let's get into our final offseason here, where we're not going to probably be making a ton of moves. Probably a couple small ones, but in terms of this team, big picture, this team's all set. Let's get into staff signing, where Stauffer should be locked up. He is. We'll hit the NBA draft now. And let's see. Do we have any other picks in this draft? We do not. Fine by me. No need to draft anybody today. Team player options, we have nobody. We might have a couple free agents. Tyrese Maxey definitely being one of them. He's just going to get a qualifying offer. It's the final year. And then is here only one? We also have Tobias Harris. He's somebody I'm going to pay. I've really enjoyed having him off the bench. And you know what? For $18 million a year, I can live with it. Other than that, we're basically kind of all set. I don't like leaving teams exactly the same way they are year by year, so I'll find a new backup point guard to replace Cameron Payne. It's a small move, I get it, but it's basically kind of all we got at this point. I'm signing Kyle Anderson strictly to throw him in a trade. It's kind of all we got. There's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So there's really no reason for me to change anything here. We will combine Cameron Payne, Kyle Anderson, and another draft pick, and we will see what sort of other options at the backup point guard spot we have. Nashawn Highland just won a 6th man of the year. I will happily take him here in Boston. I mean, maybe I can combine like Karis LeVert into Deshaun Prince. A few years out from Deshaun Prince. And Turian Prince? I don't know what's going on with me today. To find ourselves a new backup shooting guard. Would I prefer Spencer Dinwiddie? I mean, maybe. I mean, he's just putting up better numbers, but he's also probably playing more minutes. Dylan Brooks is 6'6". Maybe could move him to the shooting guard spot. You know what? Yeah, let's take Dylan Brooks. Welcome to the squad. I will see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. It is officially the start of the third and final year for us here in Boston. We are fresh off banner 18. We make a couple small moves with this team. This team got deeper, and this team is progressing really, really well. I'm very happy with the end result we got here. It's Tyrese Maxey, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Zion Williamson, and Jared Allen as the starting five. Cannot really get better than that. The bench unit, Tobias Harris, Mitchell Robinson, Dylan Brooks, and Deshaun Highland. Probably one of the better benches I've had so far here in 2K23, and it's a bench I'm really content and really happy with. Let's see if we can go get banner 19. See you guys at the end of year 3. We go 71-11, which I believe is one game better than last year. I mean, again, any time where you're 70-plus wins, you're never going to be mad about it. LaMelo Ball, we finally get a new MVP. Congratulations. Probably up to a 99. No, he's still a 95, but hell of a year. Chance West, Rookie of the Year. I'm not going to lie. I don't really know who you are. Markelle Fultz, Sixth Man of the Year, new home in Chicago. Evan Mobley wins Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Duren, Most Improved. And Stauffer wins his second straight Coach of the Year. Let's take a look at the standings. We're 13 games up on the Cavs at 58 wins. Wow, the OKC Thunder, 60-plus wins. Congratulations. Here's the numbers. I mean, we're not going to dive too deep into it. This team's just monumentally insane. Round 1, who we got? Going to be the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Yeka Okongwu. It's a good team. No matter what, Trae Young is going to scare me. We're just a whole lot better at this point. Brooklyn here in round 2. Simmons, Kyrie, Dylan Mitchell, KD, De'Ron Sharpe. I mean, KD always scares me, but not really too much here. Charlotte, we got MVP LaMelo Ball and the rest of the Charlotte Hornets, who, again, don't really look like an Eastern Conference Finals team, but they get there nonetheless. The Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be our opponent here in the NBA Finals. You got D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. I'm sure Timberwolves fans are imagining a world where they're in the finals right now and not having a pretty tough start to their year, but let's see if we can maybe beat them this time. We do. We go on to win a championship, and Chris Middleton actually wins Finals MVP this time. Hell, I don't really care who wins the Finals MVP, because this is probably one of the most insane teams I've built so far here in 2K23. But I enjoyed this one a ton. Hopefully you guys did as well. Of course, if you guys are new around here, you can subscribe to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys leave a like in this video, that would be unbelievable. And yeah, comment any other video ideas you guys have. Of course, I'll be listening to your guys' ideas and comments, as I always do. And I'm super excited. This new schedule is working out beautifully for me so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.